Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts and welcome. So this is the starting of my new series and I'm calling it The Season of the Grungy Witch. And this is Winifred. So I loved her so much that I kept her so I can have her on my shelf and look at her and admire her, and I'm just having so much fun making this. So what I want to show you guys today is how to assemble the witch's body here. And we're going to go ahead and incorporate the dress and then the little pocket. The little pocket for the junk journal here. And I'm going to show you guys how I do all that and then attach the fun little legs, little leggings, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started. Okay, so I also want to mention that I do have patterns for my Junky Grungy Grammy dolls. If you guys want to come check those out, I have the patterns all below in the description box, and it's going to be, you can see my mini little doll that I make that's 6 inches, and then I have the big grungier doll, Grammy doll, that is 12 to 13 inches, depending on if you put a bow on their head or not. And then I also have the primitive animals. So those are all patterns that will be down below. This pattern will be out as soon as I'm done doing this whole series, and then you guys can refer back to the videos and assemble your whole little witch doll here. So when I do the patterns, it's just an outline of everything that I use when I draw my patterns out, and then you'll come to the videos here, and I'll show you guys step by step on how to make each part of the doll here. So also, if you guys want to get caught up on any of my playlists that I have for my grungy dolls or my mini dolls or anything like that, my primitive animals, I'll have all that on the playlist at the end screen. So come check that out. Okay, so now let's put her over here. You can keep an eye on us. So what you're going to need is just some polyfill stuffing. And check my Amazon links below, and I'll have most of the stuff down there, like the stuffing and different things like that. So I got that. Um, the hemostats, which is great to help you stuff like into the little corners and stuff like that. So these are awesome. I just have fabric scissors, some embroidery little scissors, a regular just ink pen. Any kind of pen will work to trace your pattern. Fabrifix glue, and I have some Wonder clips, which come in really handy. Some straight pins. I also have embroidery floss. So I'm just going to use just 2 or 3 strands, depending on what you want to use, of embroidery floss to sew the pocket. I'm going to use this color. It's like an off-white. And then I'm going to use black and stuff to add the legs on. So that's what you need. So I think that's everything. If I think of anything else, I will add it to it. Oh, also I like to stuff the bottom of the bodies with the, and this is buckwheat hulls is what they're called, HULLS. And they're just little organic little bits that I like to put in the bottom of the doll just for texture. It doesn't really help her stand up or anything like that. I just like the different texture in it. So that stuff is pretty fun to use too. So I have that down below in my links. And let's go ahead and get started. So what I did is I traced the body, the arms, the dress, and I did the pocket here, and then these are going to be the legs. So what I'm going to do is just go to my sewing machine, and I do have a video in my playlist of the Junky Grungy Grammy doll playlist. I show you guys how to sew around little curves, little bitty curves and stuff like that. So that's a detailed video if you guys want to go watch that. And I show you guys how to go around just the little tiny parts, the little necks and the arms and hands and legs and all that stuff. So yeah, so go check that out, and I'm going to go ahead and go sew these around, and I will be right back. So I went ahead and got everything sewn all the way around. So at the bottom I left about a 2.5 inch opening on the bottom. And I want to make sure to tell you guys that I doubled up the fabric. All the fabric is doubled up except for the pocket. It's just one piece here. So everything else is doubled up. Let's see here. I just have two pieces of fabric. Okay, so I did about a 2.5 inch gap at the bottom. I left the tops of the arms open and the legs, and I left the bottom of the dress open, the arms, and then the neck here. So I want to show you guys, I did do a little stitch there, and then when I folded this over, so I just left that folded, and I didn't even sew up here. So that's how I do the dress, is I just do a fold over, and then just sew right there for the neckline, and then down the arms and stuff. And then when I go around the little tiny curves here, I go to about a 1 inch stitch, so stitch length. So and like on the corners, like that. So it just makes it easier so you can get it around. And that's it. So now I want to show you guys what totally changed my life is these fabric tube turners. I have a kit down in my Amazon links, way game changer. You have to get these if you're doing these little tiny arms and legs and all this little stuff. This just makes it so much easier to turn. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure to show you guys that. I forgot to tell you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut about 1/8 of an inch around everything, or 1/4 of an inch, depending on what you want to do, and get it all cut out, turned, and I'm going to start stuffing it. I'm going to show you guys real quick here. So I got it all cut out, and I did about 1/8 of an inch from the stitch line all the way around. And for the neck here, so where you stitched here, I did the same thing, about 1/8 of an inch, and I just cut a neckline out. And this is on the fold. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my little embroidery scissors, and around these tiny little curves, I'm just going to do a little snip. And just make sure don't snip those little threads. And just get as close as you can. This will just make it so when you turn it, it won't pucker. So just kind of put a little snip. So what I did is I stuffed the head here, and I did it pretty tight, and then I get down to the neck and make sure that it's tight so the neck's not all wobbly. So just pack it pretty good, and I go to about here, okay, and then I stop. Then I went over to the legs, and I just lightly stuffed them to about the middle here, about where the knee will be. And then for the little arms, I just stuffed it to where the hands will be. So I did that. And then now what I want to show you guys is for the pocket of the dress, I like to do this before we add it to the body, is we sew the pocket on. I just line it up to where I want it. You take your pin. Make sure you're only pinning it to the one layer. Right. And I just take it, start up at the top here, and I'm just going in the middle of the dress. And I went ahead and knotted the end of this thread here up. And I like to hook the top of the pocket up here. I'm going to take the top of the pocket, and then I'm just going to do a running stitch all the way down, all the way across, and then all the way up, and then anchor it at the top up here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I got the pocket sewn on. I think it turned out really cute. So now the next step is to take our hands and our legs here, our arms and legs, and I'm going to go to my sewing machine and just do a straight stitch with my black thread that I have in there. And I'm going to go and sew this part, and then the knees right here. So I'm just going to do that, and I will be right back. Went ahead and just did some sewing across. Nip them apart. I just chain sewed them. We're going to take our little hands, or arms here, and hemostat through, arm through, wherever you want the arm to be. Put up further, leave it hanging down lower. I love the shoulders. I think they turned out really fun. Pop them out there. Okay. And then take the other hand or arm. I keep calling it a hand. Arm with the hand attached. Through. Figure out what side you want the front to be of your arm. Through. Both where I want. So here is where I take my glue, my Fabrifix glue, and then I go inside here, make sure, kind of the fiddly part, but you got to get in there, see the arm, and then add a little squeeze of glue on top. And then I'm going to add a little squeeze of glue on the bottom here. Make sure the glue's coming out. And then just don't do too much or it'll seep through the fabric. So you'll kind of get it down. You just gotta, I just want to tack it into place so it doesn't slide out. Give it a little bit of glue, and then I do the same thing over to the other side. And you can feel where the arm is too. Top of the arm, and then at the back part here. And just give it a little squeeze of glue. And they're not going anywhere. So that's why I just kind of just stuff it to the hands here, because you don't need to stuff the whole arm. Okay, there we go. And then just make sure don't just close your neck shut, because this is why I don't stuff my doll all the way. I like to put the dress on now. So if I take it and fold the bottom here, this is when the good old hemostats come in handy. So I just go up through the dress, give this a fold, and just pull it through. Easy as that. Ta-da! Got a dress. I mean, isn't that cute? I love her shoulders. Little shoulders like that. Now that's a witch's little dress. Okay. So if you guys are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. That helps me out so much. It gets this video out for others to see how to make a little grungy little witch here. And what I like to do is fold up the dress just so it's not in my way. And then I continue stuffing with my fiberfill here, or polyfill, or whatever you want to call it. And I stuff it to about, let's say, a couple inches from the bottom. And then I will show you what I do next. So I'm about 2 inches from the bottom. And this is when I take my little buckwheat holes here. And I fill up my, now a funnel would be great to do, but this seems to work really good. I'll just get it in there, do about half a cup or so full of my little cup there. Push these down. And then I add a little bit of stuffing at the bottom, just so none of it falls out. Okay. I'll just stick that down. And I will show you what I do next. So now what I do is I make sure it's all stuffed in there. Turn that in, the raw edges. So when you're cutting out your body, you can make sure to have like maybe a half an inch, just a little tab at the bottom on each side, and then it helps just take it. You can see the little tab that I did. It really isn't that big. That's my line. And then it's less, I mean, it's less than a half an inch, but you could do it as big as you want. And then it helps when you push on each side here, or pull on each side. It'll pop that down for you. Get all the raw edges. And then legs in there. Pinch it. Grab my little wonder clip. Fit into place. I do the same for the other leg. I just put them on the edges here. Raw edges. Flip it. Isn't she cute? She's got her little leggings. Okay. Now I'm just going to take my embroidery floss, stitch the bottom, and attach the legs. this off right here. We're done for today. So this is as far as I wanted to get today with you guys. I think it's super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So this is just the part 1 of my Season of the Witch, or Season of the Grungy Witch is what I'm calling it. And this is part 1, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it informational. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.